Afternoon, lawn care community. Gavin, Jonquil here in Atlanta, coming to you again. Got a good video. It's Sunday, doing a little maintenance on some equipment while I've had the opportunity. It's actually really nice here in Atlanta. The temperature is below 80, which a little odd this time of year, but we'll take it. So I'm actually taking the time to do some maintenance on the mower. I've actually got an oil change to do on the Hustler SDX. I'm gonna just take you through it kind of step by step, how we take care of it, and see if it helps you guys out. Hopefully you guys are doing maintenance on your own equipment. It's a lot of money to be able to take it places and to be able to do that. So we effectively do everything in-house. I take care of it. So I'll take through you step by step the Hustler SDX. It's got the Kawasaki FX691 motor on it, and shouldn't take us more than about 15 minutes, but we'll get going. I'll show you. Stay tuned. All right, so clearly the first step to this process is knowing you need an oil change. So if you guys have followed any of my previous videos, you guys know I'm a big proponent of equipment maintenance log. I have my own. All the equipment, coincidentally, the SDX is on the first page. So this was part of my old unit that was here. We got a new one in the spring, so we just started new here. So the last time we did an oil change was 68 hours. Typically we do oil changes every 50 hours, oil and filter every 100. So with this one, that 68, we were a little tardy on doing that one, but I know at that time we were very busy leading into the holidays and getting in through the 4th of July. So knowing you need an oil change, so we'll update the book, date, hours on the mower, oil and filter is what we needed. So another thing too, I have filters. I order about a dozen at a time, and it's good to have all of this on hand. I get these offline, no sense in buying one at a time. I get them in bulk, get a better price point. But it's nice because my SDX, my Hustler SDX with the Kawasaki FX691 takes this filter, as well as, if you guys watch my channel, the Hurricane X3 I have. It's a Briggs motor, but it takes same filter. And the Hustler Trim Star, it's an FS, I believe it's a 541, takes the same filter. So there's no sense in buying one at a time, buying bulk. I always have them on hand, and you get rolling with it. No sense in getting one at a time. All right, so we got the SDX off the trailer. Let it warm up for a couple minutes just to get some of the fluids a little hotter. It'll drain a lot better. So I've got it set up on the ramp here into the shop, and because the gravel that we have here isn't so level, easy way to do it, that I do it, again, front wheels up, get a level on it, get a bubble on it, just to make sure we're roughly level, so we can get a good drain, we can get everything out of here. So the drain plug is in the back. It's right here. Factory puts this tube on here so it'll drain. I've got my trusty drain pan. Okay, you could really use anything you want just to be able to drain it, collect it. You pick those up any auto parts store, Walmart, easy. So the size this takes is going to be a 10 mil. The nut, I'm not know if I'm gonna be able to squeeze this in real good. The nut is right next to this tube. It's gonna be right here. Move that out of the way, but it's right there. And again, it's gonna be a 10 mil. And an easy way to remember it is on your wrenches. I always put a piece of electrical tape on this one because I know what I'm looking for in regards to the size, so I get an accurate and quick wrench, and I'm not looking for the right size. So again, this is on the FX691. So once you got that leveled out, you got your pan underneath. I like to take the seat and shove it forward, give yourself some room, and what we'll do is we'll just open up this plug and drain this oil. All right, so we got it draining. It's been going out for a minute or two. You just want to make sure it's getting everything caught in that drain. As the flow starts to lighten up, it might belly back, and if you don't have your container fixed right, you'll be spilling it all over the place. Luckily for us, we've got the gravel here, so any spills will be not really a spill, if you know what I mean. And one other little piece of advice when you're doing this is when you're draining it, either vent the dipstick or you could just pull it out altogether. I normally just pull it out and throw it in their side, but that'll break the vacuum so you can get a good flow out of there. All right, so as that's draining, let me take the opportunity to kind of go over this. So the oil we use is just a straight 30 weight. I've always used just a straight 30 weight, especially in the summer. The weather here in Atlanta in the summer gets really hot, gets really dusty certain times of the year. I prefer just a straight 30 weight. Depending on where you are in the country, you may want to get a 10W30, 5W30, depending on the piece of equipment. Again, it's all preference. Obviously, the main piece is the viscosity of it. If you guys are not familiar with viscosity and how it works and the temperatures, I would recommend going online. You could quickly Google a viscosity chart and see what temperatures are recommended for your style of weather. So again, here in Atlanta, a straight 30 weight is recommended for anything above freezing. So 32 degrees, I want to say it's up to 130. I want to say, again, don't quote me. If you use more of a blend, like a 10W30 or a 5W30, when you get into the hotter temperatures, sometimes you may not get the protection because it'll thin out really well. Sometimes you'll burn a little more oil. Again, there's a lot of variables, but for me, I've always used to use the Castrol HD30. Again, I get this online. You can see I've got quantity of it. I just ordered probably another dozen quarts in the single bottles here. I got these off Walmart. Walmart's pretty much the best price you can get on oil, filters, and anything else. And this was shipped in 1 day free, no problem. Anything above 25 bucks. So these typically at the auto parts store are going to be in the $6 range. I got these on Walmart. I got a case or a 6-pack for, I think it was like 24 bucks, free ship. So it was a no-brainer. Like I said, always have it on hand. The filter, same thing. I believe I got these off eBay. I don't want to say Amazon or a specific dealer for sure, but again, I get like a dozen at a time, get a case, they get sent over and I have them. So that covers the oil of it. On the maintenance, so it's important to know when you're changing just the oil, it's going to be different when you do the filter. So if you read your owner's manual, you'll see that it only requires 1.9 quarts, 2.2 quarts when you change the filter. This is just a little important tidbit that you should know about your equipment. Again, if you work on it, you'll know. I had this exact same mower before. I sold it at just about 1,000 hours, so this is my second mower of the SDX 54-inch. The same motor, everything, so it works out well. But it's important to know that there is a difference. All right, so we got that done. We got the valve closed up. Next, if you can't loosen it by hand, get yourself a pair of pliers or oil filter wrench. Oil filter wrench. This is pretty much loosened up. Do it by hand. I'm going to do this and see if I can't make not do an awful mess here. Just do it quick. It's going to be a little messy. Done. Take it. It's going to drip. We'll flip that over right there. She's done. All right, so we'll get a rag, clean this up, clean that up, and then we'll set the new filter on. All right, so we got our new filter. What we'll do, we'll take that new filter, and what you like to do, get a little bit of that oil and just base that seal. The only thing that's going to do is the next time you go to take this off, make sure it's got a nice smooth contact and it doesn't get stuck and get gripped on there. Some people like to prime. I don't care about priming, to be honest, but priming would be pouring your oil into the filter before you put it on so it doesn't run dry for a couple revolutions, couple seconds. I'm not particular to it, but some people might feel more comfortable, but that's where I stand on the matter. So we'll get this filter on. It's just a matter of right back in, rubbing her on. Some people, if they don't keep a maintenance log, they'll write the date of the on the oil filter. There you go, just good, snug, hand tight. Won't crank any more than that. They'll write the date on it. Again, I got a maintenance log, I'm not too worried about it. So we'll get this thing filled up with the oil filter. If you remember, 2.2 quarts. We'll get that figured out, and then we should be pretty close. We'll check it and wrap this thing up. .2 quarts. All right, so we got everything buttoned up, tightened up, filter on. I did clean out this bottom area really well. It's important to do that because if you have a lot of oil remnants hanging around, remember this is going to be a hot motor. When you get rolling and it's on 30-45 minutes dead of summer, you don't want any of that catching fire. You'll be in big trouble. You're losing the mower. So you never want to leave any remnants of oil from the filter or anything that's dripped down here, anything up onto the transmission or anything like that underneath. So you may want to make sure you check that out. But we got this done. We'll check it. Before I do, I want to let you know, if you guys ever, I don't know if it's going to focus. It says, for correct oil level, do not turn threads on cap, or turn cap on threads. So what you're looking to do is just push it in and pull it right back out. See it? We're perfect. We're perfect. So you don't want to pull it in. If you're checking the oil level, thread it on, thread it back off, and then check it. You see what I'm saying? Because it's telling you not to get the correct level. You don't want to do that. So we'll get this finished up, put the tools away. That pretty much covers the oil change. This mower now has 104 hours on it. So what we'll do is put it in the maintenance log, mark it down oil and filter, so we know next time, or if we have any problems down the road, when was the last time we did it, what were the hours, because you're never going to remember. You have to write these things down if you're going to take care of your equipment. Due soon, we're going to grease everything on these mowers. We don't have to do the spindles, they're a closed system, but we do want to do the grease zerks on the front forks and the tires, on the arm for the deck. There's 2 there, and that's pretty much it on this mower. We've obviously got the Hurricane and the Trim Star and a few other pieces that we'll have to grease as well, but that'll be coming up soon. But now's the perfect time to be able to do that. I'm not going to do that today because I've got other stuff to do. I just at least want to get this oil change out of the way. But this is for a Kawasaki FX691. This will be the same procedure for this motor on any other zero turn, on any other maker. If you guys aren't doing this for yourselves, it's very simple to do. I maintenance all my equipment, my trucks, the vehicles, all that. If you go through it once, you'll understand it, you'll learn it, you'll feel very comfortable. If you've never done it before, you may feel uncomfortable, but don't get freaked out by it. It's simple. Just go slow the first few times. As long as she's got oil in it, you're not going to screw anything up. Probably the biggest mistake you'll make maybe is when you drain the old oil, put the new filter on, you may start putting oil in it and you never close the valve of your drain plug. Gave yourself an oil flush. Simple mistake, and ain't gonna kill you. But just go through the process, go slow. This will save you a lot of money. You could take it into the dealers. I totally get it, you could support them. Me, I've got all the tools at my house. I do all my equipment. It's very simple. I'm stocked up on filters. I'm stocked up on oil. I can get this in and out. And when the crew's here and we do these, sometimes we could do this in the morning before we go on jobs, before we start. But today I took the opportunity to do it, show you guys, so you feel more comfortable about how the process works, and maybe you'll jump into it and do it yourself. So sorry for the long video. I want to try to be as detailed as possible. Hope you guys enjoyed. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Be good. Till next time, I'm out.